So I'm out here with the Nixy Huntington G5, out here for some testing. I'm gonna do a little first impressions video review, just a real quick initial thoughts here. The G5 series from Nixy is their newest construction, newest evolution, I guess. And biggest changes for the G5 series are some changes in shape, where most of the models, the tail has been widened for better stability. And the boards all seem just a little bit lighter than previous generations. But this is the Huntington G5, which is their compact model. It's 9.5 feet long by 32 inches wide. So it's kind of a small board. So let me hop up and get paddling on it. And you can see me, I'll take a little wobble right there. Hopefully you can still see me on the video all right. I think we'll be okay. So with such a small board, 9.5 by 32, it definitely is noticeably different from Nixy's other boards, like the Newport, which is 10.5 by 32, or the Venice, which is 10.5 by 34. You really feel it. It's like a different quality of stability. It's not that it's insanely unstable, it's just it doesn't feel quite as confident, I guess. And part of that, I think, is it just doesn't resist, as there's not as much board on the water to resist this kind of side to side motion a little bit. And so because of that, it does feel a little twitchy. I'm a bigger paddler, 215 pounds, and this board's pretty small for someone my size. Now the tail is nice and wide, so that does help with the stability. Like I said, it is a little small, so it doesn't take much to get to the back for a quick pivot turn. And that lower volume, smaller size, does make it feel just a tiny bit less stable. And I'm wearing my microphone, so I don't really want to fall in. You know, I asked myself, who is this board for? It saves you just the smallest amount of space and weight compared to like the Newport G5, but not a whole lot. And I feel like the Newport G5 has a better overall shape for performance and stability. I do think though, and this kind of came to me as I was paddling it, is that this would be a good option for a kid's board. So 9.5 is pretty manageable length for kids. 32 inches is a bit on the wide side for most kids that are sized to the point where they need a kid's board, but it would give them plenty of stability. And it is lightweight. So you don't have a board that's designed for kids that weighs 25 pounds or something. This is actually a very light board. I will say it's also very maneuverable. You can see just how fast this board turns with forward sweeps. And forward sweeps are not an efficient way to turn your board. So highly maneuverable. The downside of that is the tracking is a bit poor. So it is harder to keep the board moving in a straight line without using some different stroke techniques. Right now I'm doing an okay job. I'm using a canted forward stroke, but I'm still turning. So it's definitely, tracking is not its specialty. But it is still surprisingly stable for its size. Like I said, it does feel a little twitchy sometimes. This is not a board that I would recommend for larger paddlers, for sure. And again, without being designed for a compact fold and a 4 or 5 piece paddle that packs down small, you're not really saving a lot of space or weight compared to the Newport. And again, Nixy's colors and color schemes this year with the G5 series are really nice. This red colorway, I can't remember exactly the name of it. I want to say it's like Baja or something, but I'll probably get that wrong. The bottoms of the boards just look really, really great. And they have their really high quality paddles. This is the Nixy Pro paddle, but even their hybrid kit paddle is really nice. One of the nicest kit paddles out there. So you're not going to go wrong with a Nixy paddle.